Comedy&D is a late-night program intended for adult audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so clock is going down, and we'll go ahead and get started. Martin, whenever you're ready.
Well, hello. Welcome to Comedy&D. We are a live-action minimalist role-playing game. We will be following the minimalist role-playing and shit rules from Here's Some Fucking D&D. You can find it online if you'd like to play with us at home. I am your dungeon master, Swashy Buckler. You may refer to me as DM Swashy. And I will now introduce you to your cast of characters for today's entertainment.
Hi, I'm Beet Root. I am a halfling sorcerer, and today my fun fact is that I have adopted this cute little bird. His name is Richard, and he is going to be following us on our adventure today.
My name is Wyatt Mann. I am a human fighter hailing from the land of Aang, and my fun fact for the day is my enemies are the devout followers of an evil lord named Tottenham.
Hello, my name is Krusty McCormick, also named Rusty. I'm a human mage, and I found a arcane spellbook in the thrift store and read a page, and now I'm here. My fun fact is that I used to be a distance runner, but now I'm locked to a wheelchair.
I am Tybalt of the Toebean family. I am an Esquire. I am a tabaxi druid. I am a very tall tuxedo cat man. I am from a faraway land that wishes to find the mundanity of everyday life. But a fun fact about me is from my faraway land, everybody is nobility and royalty in some facet.
When we last left our adventurers, they were being escorted out of a spa/orgy by a group of skeletons. And on their way out, a fancy-dressed man entering the spa/orgy noticed the four of you and said, Whoa, hello! I don't believe I've seen you at the spa/orgy before. What are the four of you doing here?
We fled from a horde of zombies up to this house on a hill.
You have piqued my interest. How do you know each other?
That's a really good question. I just ran into them.
You ran into them, like, with your cart?
No.
Are you a lich?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just a fancy man with a cape. Are you a lich? Are we making accusations here?
I open the scroll and I try to figure out, can I become a lich?
How would I know? I'm a fancy man about to join an orgy after my cold plunge.
I'm asking Swashy here, out of character, can I become a lich with this scroll in my palm?
The scroll that you carry is unknown. So more research must be done. Perhaps if you would like, you can roll for Arcana? I don't know.
Reading spells from scrolls, there's a lore one. And, I get a +2 to that. Because of my racial thing. I'll open it up and read. Oh, a 12.
Okay. Well, then it does appear that the scroll, you do recognize enough in it that it does appear there's a path to become a lich contained within the scroll. That is not the only thing in the scroll, but one of the many gifts the unknown scroll may provide.
Okay. I'm going to deal with the other things later because we're dealing with this right now. Does he look at all like the guy in the spa orgy, the sporgy?
He looks like he looks like they frequent the same social establishments.
Okay. Are you going in for the sporgy?
For me? Of course, yes. We're always looking for, fresh bodies. Pardon that expression, but,
You right. Looking to get boned? Someone don't take over. I'm just gonna make bone jokes over here.
One of the ways we were thrown together was to eulogize the great Fildini. Do you know of this man?
Oh, yes, the Fieldini, wonderful, wonderful. He was not a man, I don't think. I never asked for his pronouns, but yes, I am aware of Fieldini. Been in the village, but I'm only holding you here not to tell you of my relationships. I am inquiring as to the group of you. Where do you come from? How do you know each other? And how did you come upon our spa/orgy?
Well, we met at Fildini's funeral.
So you knew Fieldini?
No,
Mm-mm.
not at all, actually.
I've heard great things.
Wonderful, wonderful person, of course. Yes, very entertaining.
Yes, very nice shoes.
Yeah. I'm wearing them now.
Aren't they shiny?
So you are.
You like them?
I do like them, but I don't care much for thievery.
Well, it wasn't thieving if they're dead.
It was in their will.
Roll for persuasion, Rusty.
11.
Then I've got my eye on you. Skeletons, keep your spears pointed. I don't know about this crew.
This looks like a pretty sweet orgy. Is there a buffet table?
You know, if none of you have anything to say, then maybe you don't belong in our spa/orgy. I doubt you've even got the frequent flyer miles to be here.
No, but if I get them, can I get one of those cool capes?
I could just turn into a bird. Does that help?
Skeletons, get them out of here!
Wait.
Oh, man.
I do have a matter of dire concern.
Oh,
I was bitten by one of those zombies outside.
my God, man.
Is there like a hospital around
Well,
here?
oh yeah, you're gonna want to do something about that. I'll tell you what, you do need to leave the spa/orgy, so skeletons, get them out of here. But on your way out, I will tell you that you might want to just chop that off if you can't figure out how to stop that. 'Cause,
I'll read the scroll some more if you want. I think there might be something in there.
The skeletons begin prodding at you with spears and continuing to throw you out of the spa/orgy.
Hey, gentle there. I don't want to be poked.
How many
That's not-
skeletons?
There are only 2 skeletons. You are probably, we'll say you're 15 feet away from the entrance that you came from, walking down the blood-red carpet. and there's just no reason to be afraid to go back outside. You can fight to stay in the spa/orgy if you want to, but it's clear you do not belong in there.
Hey, don't hit us in our funny bones. And then I'll just walk out.
Then no further harm comes to you, and you leave the spa/orgy, and you're now outside where you came from. You are outside the fence. The gates are shut abruptly and loudly, emphasizing this is for VIPs only.
Is there a sign? Do we know the name of this place?
Of the spa/orgy? Yes, there's a sign out front, and it says it's RDB's spa/orgy.
Yeah, just a little tagline. It's bonerific.
Somebody has maybe chiseled that in.
Little graffiti on the side.
Yeah. So now you're out front of RDB's spa/orgy, and you're looking at the temple where the funeral took place that you have burst out of from the last episode. There's the apple orchard. There's the path that comes out, and it appears to go, if you wanted to, it would go down the hill a little bit to the other side of the temple, where you do hear a little bit of village-like sounds or commotion.
I think we should look this over a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of have us all go into a little circle as I unscroll the scroll and show it to Krusty, because I think you're the magic one. So I'm like, what does this do?
I look down at the scroll and I start to notice a little bit of the language, but I can't really decipher what's going on here. And I look back at the tabaxi, and I go, I think it has to do something with undead people, but I'm not quite sure.
Cool, that's step one. I like look down at it. Is there anything about reversing a zombie bite or something like that?
What
Would that
is
be lore
there?
again?
I think the scroll is. Are you familiar with reading scrolls? Do you have a skill that allows you to
Well, there is the skill
understand?
of lore, and anyone who's magical gets a bonus to like reading scrolls.
I can try it
Okay.
too.
Yeah. So I would say I ignored my magical like training. I don't really know magic that well. I just wanted to turn into animals. That's it.
I can try and take a look at it and see what I find. Do I need to roll for it?
Yeah.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Just roll
for?
your d20.
Okay.
And we'll call it
I got a 1.
Arcana. Okay. So you do read it, and you're quite confident that you have found a spell that will cure the hand.
Oh, perfect. Guys, I found something. I think we got it.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Please go
Awesome.
ahead.
Okay. Let's see. First, you have to like raise your hands above your head and like give it a little spin like this, and you got to say doobity doobity,
Doobity doobity.
no zombie,
No zombie.
cure.
Cure.
Yeah. And I think you're good.
All right.
MCA.
Is it working?
yeah. So that
The powers of magic are far beyond my understanding.
Wyatt,
You
roll
didn't
roll
do
your
it.
roll your d20. Wyatt.
7.
Okay, so Beet Root, your misplaced confidence has read a spell that unfortunately does not cure the zombie virus growing in Wyatt's arm, but it does force him to lose control of his hand every 30 seconds or so.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think I may have misread that, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
The first thing that happens is you punch yourself in the groin and take a d4 of damage.
I didn't think he was that kinky.
2. Down to 5.
You want some catnip for that?
I think I'm done taking help from others at the moment.
Fair enough.
You want to try the chopping off method?
Not immediately.
Okay. Okay.
I might have some more cream in my backpack.
That did feel nice last time.
I still think you need to get some like ice nonsense for that cream. Like it hasn't gone bad yet. It's hot out.
It was at the thrift store. You don't think it's good anymore?
What the hell is a thrift store?
Thrift store, you know, you can buy secondhand things. I would get all my things at the thrift store.
You have a second hand?
Yeah, in my backpack. I found one at the thrift store.
Happily take that now.
Are you
I-
sure they didn't just misspell theft store?
I reach around in my backpack and I pick out a mannequin's hand. I go, here you go. And I give you a mannequin's hand.
At this moment, Wyatt loses control of your hand again, and it just begins like waving aggressively.
Supposed to do that?
Sometimes. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, I heard a story when I was a young kitten that by killing the person who was like, let's say, patient 0 of the issue of zombie problems specifically, would solve all the zombie things from then on. All the zombies would drop dead, and everyone who was slowly being corrupted would be cured, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of amazing you haven't turned yet when all of those kind of losers in that church just instantly became zombies.
Well, yeah, I'm not a loser.
That's cool. That's a fun fact about this guy.
Are you stating we should seek out Phil Dini or the guy in the sporgy?
Well, we could just set fire to the building. How does that sound, little one? I look down to Beet Root, thinking you're the arsonist.
Fire. Yes. You're speaking my language.
I thought so.
Sounds like a murder hobo approved plan if I've ever heard one.
What's a murder hobo? We're called elegant killers where I'm from.
Got a couple empty bottles in my pack. We could probably do something with that.
But the thing is they might be very powerful casters. I'm not sure if we want to take that on.
So am I.
I'm not. I can become a rhino. That's my best thing.
I got a fireball. Let's go.
Are we for
doing
this
this?
plan? Just killing a bunch of orgy wizards?
If I can steal the robe, then yes.
You want the
I
want
want
to
that
burn
guy's
the
cape.
place down to steal the robe?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
You know what? We have nothing else going on for us. do you have any thoughts, Krusty?
I think I've got a bottle of swill in my backpack. We might be able to make a Molotov cocktail and with a combination of a fireball. I think we would we'd do well. So I reach back and I take out a little swill and start to pack it with a little bit of t-shirt.
Perfect.
And I go, all right, Beet Root, we just need a little light to this. And
All right.
I hand it to her and I go, all right, Wyatt, I'm only as fast as you can run, so you better be able to push me pretty quick.
If you want to cast your fireball, you're not in an encounter or anything
I
like that,
know.
so you're welcome to just let one rip.
Just see how it goes. Okay, I'll do
So
like
light-
a little bit of a.
Light me up.
I'll give you a little light.
Okay, so it's starting to light in my hand, and I'm like remembering back in high school when I was pitcher, and I'm like really warming up for it. And I guess I'll roll for athletics.
Okay, yeah.
4.
Just before you throw, Wyatt's right hand gives you an aggressive thumbs up.
Okay. I'm going. Oh, let me try that wind thing again, and I will roll. Can I roll randomly for a spell?
Yes.
Hopefully, nothing water related. So we're just gonna. And do you want to take it? Yeah. Wow. Oh. Oh shoot. What's 4? Read magic. Read scrolls and spell books.
You could have thought to use that earlier.
So my hands go up like this, and I go, nature, and then my eyes glaze over. I'm like, oh god!
And right as he does that, I just try and do my best toss, not doing very well.
Okay. How far away are you from the front of this spa/orgy structure?
We were like right in front of
I'd
it.
say we're just near the gate, so around 15, 20 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds about right.
And you just chuck it. Well, so then tell me, where does it hit and what happens?
So I throw it, and I'm an old man, so really my mind is in a better spot than my body. So it slowly leaves my hands and makes it to about halfway between the fence and the actual orgy, and it lights the lawn on fire.
I'm just gonna stare at the fire and just be like, yes.
So.
I burn.
And so I look at Wyatt and I go, are you going to push me away, or are we just going to watch this thing burn down?
Okay, everybody roll a d20 right now.
15.
11. 6.
3.
Ooh, okay. So then your throw ignites the grass around the building, and yes, Rusty and Tybalt rolled the lowest, so you're the closest. The flames actually burst out, and the fire spreads on the grass fast enough that, like, it's lit. Tybalt, it's lit your pants on fire, and Rusty, it's lit the great Phil Dini's lovely high heels on your feet.
No, my beautiful shoes.
And then, yes, Wyatt, you will be safely away, and yeah, Beet Root, you'll be fine as well.
Chilling.
But the flames are growing.
I'm just admiring my handiwork.
Yeah, and so now we'll just do like every little bit. We'll roll again to see how aggressive these flames have become. They are also spreading towards the building.
It's okay, I have magic. Oh, shoot. It was 12. Gust of wind.
That's what you rolled?
It would have helped 3, so it hits 3 people, and I don't know if you want oxygen to make the flames
Well,
worse.
so let's say, because we know what oxygen does to flames, but
Wait, what is
you can control the direction of the gust of wind,
Mm-hmm.
or can you? Maybe roll a d20, and we'll do a difficulty check to see if you have that much
I
control
was
over
aiming
your...
it at us to like blow the wind, but maybe it's blowing towards the flames. Ooh, that's a 4.
A 4? Okay, and you were aiming it at them to blow the flames. So we'll say that you were off target, and it actually blows towards the building. And luckily, you're terrible at magic. Your planning is, okay, but so the flames start to grow aggressively towards the building, and the base of the building begins to catch on fire.
Success!
Good job, Tybalt.
I think we should get away from this place before anyone realizes it was us.
I agree.
And
I
by
don't
us,
know,
I
man.
mean me.
This orgy's getting pretty hot.
I know. Where am I going to go next Sunday?
Watch out, you might get burned. It was a bad one.
So smoke begins to, be evident inside of the spa/orgy, and now you see a group of skeletons emerge from the gates you were thrown out of, with clear instructions to investigate what is going on. They burst through the door, and they do see the 4 of you. You can't speak with the skeletons, so this would just be an encounter. The skeletons are now coming over to you.
But the gate is locked. They have to open the gate, so we have a bit of time.
Okay.
Run?
I say we run.
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 Somebody push Krusty.
Okay.
Yep.
On it.
So then you all
Thanks,
just
bud.
begin sprinting blindly down the path towards where you heard the village sounds come from. And
Sure.
yes, you enter a village, and you appear to be on the opposite side of the temple cathedral where the great Fildini's funeral service was being held. There is a town square area filled with vendors and people passing by, a central fountain, several buildings.
But the zombie is gone?
Well, the people that you see do appear to be alive, but the zombies were coming from the other side of the temple in the garden apple orchard area.
Gotcha.
So we're fine.
Can
So
I-
I think first things first, we should find disguises so the orgy people don't find us, and then we find you a potion or something to help whatever's going on with your arm.
Yes.
It seems out of order to me.
I mean, here. And I just go to Krusty's backpack and I just start looking for like disguise things. I'm like, you got something from this thieves' store?
Yeah. I might have a couple little things in my backpack.
I just pull out a random item. What do I pull out?
Let me see what I have in my backpack. You pull out a pleather mask with the zippers on its eyes and mouth.
Here you go. I hand that to Wyatt.
And then you keep looking and you pull something else out, and it's a pair of shoes, like the old monk's shoes that are wooden. So
Oh, I'll take those. Yeah.
I need new shoes.
Oh,
And-
okay. And I put them on your feet.
They look fine.
Okay, and one more item for Beet Root. So yeah, you'll get the pleather mask. And then one more item. What's it? Yeah.
I don't actually know what that one is, and I start unfolding it, and I ask Wyatt, what is this?
Zip. This is like the weirdest armor I've ever
Seems to be like a flag of sorts. What country is this?
It's got a rainbow on it, so I
Okay.
don't know what country it's from.
Here you go, the rainbow flag, Beet Root.
I'm gonna put it over my shoulders and like clip it in front like a little cape.
And
I got my cape, guys.
I already have a disguise. And I turn into a cat. And
Fair
I,
enough.
And I just have like my monocle, my little top hat, and just the scroll is like tied with a little string on my chassis.
Okay, so you've all successfully disguised yourselves?
Yes.
And you now
We look so much weirder. Yeah.
and you now are in the middle of the town square with vendors and people going by, and you all have your disguises. As a person walks by, Wyatt unfortunately loses control of your hand again, which reaches out and snatches something from the bag of the person who just was walking by you.
What'd you get?
Do you have to roll for what I get?
Roll your d20 and then tell me what you have taken.
That's a 1. I just grabbed onto their underwear, threw a hole in their backpack, and yanked them closer to me.
Oh my God.
Horrifying.
So now you're in an encounter.
This
with-
thing has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, lady.
So now the person that was walking by, they were walking by just, we'll say it's a bard that was walking by playing a flute, just being kind and gentle. Now has had their underwear yanked through their pants, and you have no control over your hand, so you cannot release the underpants. And
They turned to see a man in a pleather.
Indeed. So they,
It's zipped up, yeah.
so they turn around angrily and see your zipped face and go, well, can you please, hello, I noticed you've grabbed my underpants.
Can I roll for intimidation?
Yeah, sure.
A 3.
Yeah.
Do you have like a plus?
So just grabbing a stranger's underpants unprompted is intimidating. but you try to take it to another level poorly. What happens next?
Attempting to look scary, I kind of wink at him through the other mask.
Yeah, so then the person frantically rummages through their own pockets, pulls out a small knife and cuts their underpants. At which point their pants fall to their ankles. And they turn to run and trip and fall. So,
Sorry about my friend, guys. He's into some kinky weird shit.
yeah. And then other people in the town square noticed, like, who are these people? You get a lot of attention, and I think now you're in an encounter, but with, we'll say, like 5 people who are just in the market and generally concerned about the well-being of a person that was accosted for no reason. Everyone, I guess, roll for initiative here.
Can I be out of this because I am just a cat?
You can, yes, you can roam freely.
I got a 3.
Ooh.
8.
20.
Villagers, I'm going to say one of them goes first. And yeah, basically like one of them goes first and just goes over and like punches Wyatt in the back of the head for just roll a D4 for damage.
3. I'm gonna go down to 2.
Okay, then that will make it Rusty's turn.
All right, I take off one of my shoes, my wooden shoes, and I attempt to just throw it at one of the villagers. So 11.
Okay. That does not hit, but it does whiz past their head. What do you want to do?
I am going to unzip my mask, take it off, and just try and calm everyone down. And explain that my arm is zombified and that there's nothing to worry about because it's just a zombified arm acting of its own accord.
Okay. So then when you do that, people do actually believe you and they become concerned. And the person who's the shoe just whizzed past their head goes, "Oh, you're going to want to do something about that." That's no good. The encounter ends. Everyone is now, like understanding of what happened here, but also like, hey man, like you gotta go see somebody about that.
Do you know who I should see about that?
Yeah, well, yes. There's a what do you call the like the people that make the weapons? Because you probably want to cut that off. I don't know much about magic, but most of the time, like, people just.
Are there any wizards or magicians or clerics in this town?
There's a handful. Phil Dini was a magician around here, but I haven't seen him for a while. Let's see. There's an apothecary on the south end of town. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's been weird around here. You know, a lot of the people that used to hang out, like, they ain't around no more.
What else can you tell me about Phil Dini?
Oh, very good guy. I think he was a guy. But never really asked his pronouns, but he'd come around, you know, around the taverns, up the road, and, you know, he's always doing close-up magic and things of that nature. Just a fun person to be around. If you see him, tell him I said hello.
Phil Dini's dead.
What?
I have his shoes. I had his shoes. Hey, speaking of, is there a cobbler around? Make me some new shoes.
Cobbler? There was a cobbler.
Maybe we put that one on the back burner?
Yeah. Maybe the apothecary.
All right, I like that. You guys want to head to the south side of town?
Let's
Let's
go.
do it.
Let's do it.
I say pss, 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 and then put the mask back on.
Just come pawing around.
So on your way to the south end of town, you go across several buildings. You kind of notice, like, there's some open shops. You see people, like, you see one shop where it is like the weapon making shop with like a kind of like a grinding stone type of deal, and you notice that there's a skeleton that's making the swords, but there's a person at the front of the shop near the counter, and I suppose you just consider it weird and continue on down the road. But most of the shops that you see feel weird like that. And then you arrive the south end of town at the apothecary. You walk in, and there's a woman in there who greets you warmly. Welcome to the apothecary. Can I help you with anything?
Hi. Yeah, we're here looking for something that could help our friend. He got bit by a zombie, and now his hand's just like going all crazy, and I don't know how that happened. But yeah, got anything for us?
Yes, I think I might have something that could help you. And as that happens, your hand goes crazy again. Roll your d20 and then tell me what happens.
2. It's just kind of like knocking over a whole shelf worth of potions and things.
Well, I don't care much for that. That, in fact, was the section that I was going to
Oh, come on!
point you to. But no, it's all right. I'm still happy to help.
What happens if he just like licks what's on the ground? Like what just came out of all those bottles? Will that help him?
Zamboni.
Well, I mean, what does happen?
Zamboni.
Yeah, like, you're welcome to do
You want
it.
to try it?
I'm just gonna like put my bite mark kind of like around.
Just smear it.
Yeah,
Mop
yeah.
it up with your hand.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, roll for that.
Oh, 17.
Okay. You're going to get delay poison, so that will stop the zombie effect from harming you for 1 day.
Perfect.
You are now
But is
delayed.
it like it's not progressing? I still have the crazy.
Correct.
Awesome.
But
Just
you don't
not
have to
getting
worry
worse.
about it for 1 whole day.
Nice.
I start to roam around the apothecary and look at. I see a potion that looks very good, and I want to drink it. So I'm about to I pick it up and I look at the others, and
I'm just watching to wait and see what happens.
I
Those
jump
aren't
on the
free, you know.
counter.
I do need to make a living here.
Oh, I go to lick my crotch and I just pull out a bag of coins and I just drop them from my mouth and go, meow. I
think
am
we're fine.
mobility.
Is this cat with you?
Is that enough to cover that shelf's worth?
How much is in there? Maybe, can you tell me how much is in the bag?
Yeah, a bag's full.
10 pieces, 20? It looks like, I mean, that should
And then
probably...
I go for my crotch again, and I just grab another bag and
We're covered.
Well, yes, then I suppose don't worry about the shelf. I do need to ask you to leave so that I can clean up, and I'm about to close for the day. It's best to not be out at night around these parts.
Why?
Well, you know, it's... you'll see, I guess. Just go ahead and head on out there, but do maybe find the inn or the tavern. A lot of the people we were going to meet at the town hall, people sheltered there from... Yes? The cat has a question?
I look at her like menacingly as I lift up my pot and I put it on what I'm guessing is a really expensive, large-looking potion on the counter, and I'm just like slowly putting my paw on it, pushing it off.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
And I smack it off the table.
Damn it! That's the one thing! Everyone out! Get out! Then take your cat.
I roll in the juice of the potion.
I'm gonna go and I'll pick Tybalt up and then we'll
Just soaking
make
wet.
my way outside.
Okay, so roll a d20 and let's see what happens in the potion.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
What happens to this sopping wet cat? Little pieces of glass just in my fur. Just
Let's see. I think you're going to take tree shape. Where you will just look like a tree for an hour, but it comes on slowly. So you do have, I'm going to say, 3 minutes before.
my tail becomes a branch. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Tybalt and run outside.
Do you think we should head to the town hall before nightfall?
Yeah, I think so. I'm out of
Can we
swill.
find somewhere to put this tree?
I might have a trowel in the back. We might be able to plant him before it's too late.
Perfect.
Okay, so you all leave the apothecary, and you don't know exactly where the town hall is, but when you get out there, you notice that the streets have been largely abandoned, but there is like one person who is going around to all of the torches that line the streets in the village, and they're going from torch to torch and lighting them, and not really saying anything and seeming somewhat frazzled, but they're just basically lighting the torches that light the walkway.
Is it dark yet, or?
It is dusk.
Okay.
I approach one of them and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
Oh, it's just it's one fella, and he goes, "Well, you know, I light the torches every night, and then I put them out in the morning. It's an old-timey village. It's a good job, you know, it's a living, but
Okay.
what are you folks doing out here? You heading to the town hall?
We're looking for the inn. Can you point us there?
The inn? Oh, no, the inn. You don't want to go to the inn. It's not what it used to be, trust me. But the town hall is like directly up the road, and you must be getting indoors soon."
Are you yourself not worried, or you're almost done lighting these torches?
No, I have to light the torches because it's the only thing that provides any sort of, path for us to find our way into the shelter and safety before the ghouls arrive.
Ghouls?
as my ears turn and little bushes of like leaves.
Yeah, the town hall is right up that way. I mean, they're having a meeting in there right now.
Go back to the ghouls. What are those? What are you talking about?
The ghouls, you're not from here. Yeah, you don't look
Not
familiar.
from this area, but I mean,
We don't get a lot of cats in this part of the...
yeah, I don't know what's up with him. He's turning into a tree or something. I don't know. Anyway, some ghouls.
Yes, they feed on the zombies. You've noticed the zombies, surely.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, dear God. Oh, that's no good. I want to do something about that.
I love everyone's diverse commentary on your condition. It's quite positive.
Yeah, maybe we do want to think about getting rid of that arm.
I'm just going to keep finding different apothecaries.
Good luck, buddy.
So as you're standing there chit-chatting, you notice that the person who was lighting all the torches has continued lighting the torches and has moved quite far down the road, and you hear something yelling a ghastly, like in the distance.
I turn that way.
Hey, so what's the quickest way to the town hall?
Oh, it's up the road. Follow the torches. That's where I start lighting them.
Perfect. Should we go?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Okay, so then you all head towards the torches, and you get closer to the.
Swashy, I have a question. As we get closer to the torches, if we look back, do we see a big flaming thing in the distance? Like
You do see some.
Arson?
You do see some
Yeah.
light. Yes, like up around the spa/orgy general area. The town hall is not too terribly far from there, and you do see a glowing ember. And as you get closer and you follow the path of the torches and you get closer to the town hall, you do notice that there's quite a few skeletons coming down from the glowing ember area. And they are closer to you than you are to the town hall.
Well, we still remain disguised. As long as we don't break character, I think we'll be all right.
Zip it up, Wyatt.
And we try and sneak our way past without getting detected by these skeletons.
Okay, so
Be ultra stealthy.
the skeletons are like they're basically like they're flooding into the village like we're after somebody. Something has happened here, and you have several buildings that you can weave in between, and but skeletons could be anywhere, and they are roaming and searching. So everyone, I think, let's do.
I would like to try something.
Yeah.
So this tree-shaped thing is, I look like a tree. I'm not actually becoming a tree, correct? But it looks like I'm becoming a tree. That's what the spell says.
Yes.
Okay, so I just think that's kind of funny. I know what's happening, but y'all don't. As I jump down, my two front legs turn into branches, and I just spread the scroll out, and I just start chanting, meow, 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 from the scroll, and it just starts getting deeper, and my eyes glaze over, I think. I'm just chanting whatever spell I can figure out to, like, get rid of these skeletons or do something to them.
Before you turn into a tree? Before you take the shape of a tree?
Yeah, before I fully become a tree, my fur becomes leaves.
Okay.
And my two tree branch arms.
So before you do read that, let's so you're partially transformed. You have several branches instead of appendages, but you're still roaming around just with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I jumped out of
straight stick legs.
her hands, so I jumped out and then I did the scroll,
Okay.
and I'm just
And now
meowing out the incantation, if that even is allowed.
I feel like it should be. It's cool.
I look at everyone, and then I look at Tybalt, and I'm like, he's all bark and no bite.
He's all meow.
Just starts rising up with purple magic. Just
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Should
Let
I
it rip.
roll?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. 16.
So it's
I
a
don't
random
know if I add
one.
anything. What?
It's a random spell that you're casting.
From the scroll.
Yeah.
Of the necromancer.
Yeah.
Or the lich, or whatever the hell he was.
Okay. And you got a
I
60.
just was trying to find a spell that could either get rid of the skeletons or control them to leave.
Okay. So you're looking for something you haven't cast.
I'm in a hurry, so I'm just reading the scroll. I just think that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Okay. And you rolled a 16.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that will actually we'll just do that. Calls lightning down and like completely incinerates a skeleton. But draws a lot of attention to the area, so more skeletons start to comb the area of the lightning bolt.
The purple energy just drops from my cat form as I fall back down, look at the scroll, and go, meow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna notice that the skeletons are now like called to our direction. I'm gonna cast darkness to kind of like give us some shield to get away to it through a building.
Okay.
It says it gives 20 feet of darkness for 10 minutes. So.
Okay. So you're all in darkness. Skeletons do have dark vision,
God damn it.
but you're in complete darkness within 10 feet. So there's just like a roaming blind spot as long as you all stay within 10 feet of each other. So your goal is to get to the town hall through a web of skeletons. So now if you'd like to start moving, what we'll do is everybody will just roll for dexterity, because I think none of you are sneaky fuckers.
No.
Everyone's just going to roll their d20 to move 10 feet at a time. And we'll say that you're 60 feet from the front entrance of the town hall. Okay. So you'll have to successfully all move 6 times in 10-foot increments. Jeez. Or a skeleton will encounter you.
Do you want all 4 of us to roll?
Yes, all 4 of you have to move together.
We're all rolling a 20 for 10 miles?
We'll just figure it out.
Okay.
Everyone just roll and tell me what you get.
I guess I'll go first. I got a 18.
7.
My legs don't work, so.
And you have a broken wheel on your wheelchair, so maybe you roll yours with disadvantage.
Okay. 2. 5.
No.
So 2.
9 or... Well, wait, no advantage. There's just a 9. You confused me.
Okay. Those are pretty low rolls. So we'll say that the 10 feet of darkness is surrounding Beet Root, but Rusty, your broken wheel on your wheelchair is quite noisy, and you'll find it impossible to move silently in darkness
Your
through
disguise
that.
is just sandals.
Yeah, so the skeletons begin to head towards the area of all of the noise, walking into the darkness.
Goodness.
So now you are in an encounter, although they cannot see you, but you are basically surrounded and they are closing in. Everyone roll their d20.
3.
Ooh.
I got a 13.
18.
Are you still a tree?
I'm solitary 2. We're moving this spell my 2 back like just become trunks.
Okay, so then, Rusty, you can go first. All the skeletons will go last, and there are 4 of them that you have to escape.
So am I coming at them with advantage? Are they coming at us?
You can have advantage because this is the initial strike. They are walking into darkness, pure darkness. Dark vision allows you to see, I think, in semi-darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're going to encounter us no matter what.
They are basically just walking towards your loud wheelchair, and they will eventually bump into you and then be able to grapple you and, well, you can guess what happens after that.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'm cursing at my squeaky wheel, and I'm like, I have some WD somewhere in here, and as I'm fumbling around and making more noise, and I'm realizing that they're just going to find out that I'm there. So I remember my trusty spell that I have cast in the past. My nipples start to feel a little bit raw, and then I point my chest at one of them and shoot 2 lightning bolts at the first one.
Yes, okay. Double lightning bolts hits the first one. So they are scorched but not dead. Let's see, Wyatt, you are up next.
I'm just going to take my greatsword and try to cleave any that I can see.
Well, it's perfectly dark where you are.
Well, I'm going to feel around for a wheelchair and then swing in the other direction.
Nice.
Okay, then roll your d20.
That's a 9.
How long is your great sword?
I'm going to guess 5 feet.
Okay, and you rolled a 9, so because I like you and you've been through a lot, I'm going to say you swing wildly. Everyone is within 10 feet, so the area that you swung, there are no skeletons, but Beet Root is there,
Oh, God.
who luckily is only 2 feet tall, and your giant sword goes right over her head.
Whoa, careful there, buddy.
That was the zombie hand.
You trim a leaf off my tail. Just
Okay, and Beet Root, it's your turn now.
Okay. I'm going to try and draw the skeletons away from us a little bit and cast ghost sound to kind of make a sound away from us to draw them away.
Okay.
Cool.
Roll for that. D20.
That's a 10.
10. Okay. So you make a ghost sound off in the distance. How does the ghost sound go?
Ooh, over here.
The skeletons take the bait and they begin to walk towards it. However, Tybalt, roll your. No, Rusty, you roll your D20.
1.
1. However,
Oh no.
at this moment, Wyatt loses control of his hand again, which begins shaking Rusty's knapsack quite aggressively. Cans and trinkets and all sorts of noisy things start falling all over the ground.
Damn it, Wyatt! I was hoping you'd grab my underwear.
Okay, and Tybalt, it's your turn. The skeletons have re-engaged. One of them continued to wander off because they do have due diligence, of course.
Concerned about Krusty's comment, just I walk whatever direction just to get out of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And then you two little tree branch paws come out and just and I'm gonna cast a random magic spell. 13. Heat metal. Are any of these skeletons have metal on them?
They have swords.
I have a wheelchair.
There's two with swords and
Ooh, can I do something cool?
two with daggers. Please, but that's what we are here for.
Do you want to leave flaming wheel strikes, like you just move and you create little flaming,
Like Back to the Future status?
like Back to the Future status?
Yes.
Like I was like, can we do?
Do I have to go backwards?
No, but you do have to go 88 miles. No, I heat Krusty's wheels so they create little streaks of flame now.
Nice.
Okay, and Rusty, are you moving someplace? Is anyone?
Well, yeah.
sending
So
you?
he illuminates my tires so they can, but I have a broken wheel, so I start spinning in circles. So it's like a spinning
like a
ball of
It
fire.
melts the rubber, actually fixing it.
Yes.
And I magically, it's the friction of the heat just somehow create new life in these wheels. And Back to the Future status. Now I'm just I launch backwards
Into a skeleton.
into a skeleton.
Okay, roll a d20. 2. Okay.
Hey, I was like, I could either hit a skeleton or do something that sounds pretty cool.
So you go backwards, leaving your flaming trails out of the darkness. On your way out, you hit one skeleton and like completely rip its leg off. So the skeleton then falls over, and then continues clawing forward to complete the instructions. And now you're out of the darkness, away from the group.
Yeah, I'm away from the group, and I'm somewhat surrounded.
Yes, that is true. You are surrounded. That was a 2. So now you're out there. One skeleton's crawling. You're surrounded. The other 3 are in darkness, and you're mostly a tree at this point.
I walked out of the darkness to do my spell.
Okay.
But yeah, I think in cat form I look like a bush. And just
Yeah. Okay.
and just the fluff comes out. Now I'm just a bush.
Yes, it's been past 3 minutes. So you are a bush now. You will be in a tree-like form for an hour.
Yeah, I look like a chia pet.
Yeah, you're a fancy, well-manicured bush with like the spiral carving in it.
Yeah,
Nice.
little tail.
Yeah. Okay, then that was Tybalt. So now the skeletons will go. That's a natural 20,
Oh no.
an 8, a 13, and a 7. Okay, so the skeletons that are unfortunately surrounding Rusty. That was the natural 20. So you will take some damage from a short sword. So you're going to be hit with 6.
All right. I go to 0.
Or to 0, then roll a saving throw with your d20.
I like how you
no,
don't crumple
Krusty.
to the. Ooh.
What is it? A 1? I'll tell you what. Let the group roll the d20 right now to see.
14.
Oof. 4.
3.
And you folks are not rolling very good.
I got a 14.
So we'll say that
We're
Rusty is
I'm down.
is knocked unconscious, and your wheelchair has been knocked over backwards. So now your feet with the beautiful shoes are directly in the air, and you have birds flying around your head symbolically. Large X's over your eyes, and all of the stuff in your knapsack is spilt on the ground beside you. The wheels are still fully engulfed in flames.
Oh, God.
Okay, and then the other 3 skeletons, nobody attacks the bush because it's out of place but harmless as far as the skeletons are concerned. They're here for people, not for bushes. Let me roll here again. So we have 4 damage, unfortunately, for each of you from the skeleton attack.
You're down too,
I
aren't
also
you?
go down.
Okay.
Shit.
Wait.
There's a girl and her cat left over here.
Okay.
That's the skeleton turn. So then, so Wyatt is down, Rusty is down, nobody is out, and it is now Beet Root's turn.
Good God, I don't have anything to heal people. Let's see. This is difficult. Okay.
Pretend to die.
What?
Pretend to die.
Pretend to die.
That's my suggestion.
I do have sleep. I can go put myself to sleep.
Get out of the scenario.
No, I'm gonna pretend to die. I think that's a good call. And I'm just going to look at a skeleton and go, oh, and then fall to the ground.
Okay. Then the skeletons do look at all of you and trust that you're all out and that the threat has been neutralized. Also, they hear a horn in the distance, and they all begin to single file, head back towards the glowing area in the distance near where the spa/orgy was. It's not necessarily where the horn came from, but that is what happens. And then the gentleman who was putting up all the torches comes by, and he goes, well, look at you. and he whistles, and several other people come from the south end of town, and they collect all of you, and they drag you with them. Except for the bush.
Tybalt's just going to move very slowly.
Your chin.
Just moving on.
So then what you do as the bush is that you begin to follow them, and you see that they are taken to a nearby structure on the south end of town, past the apothecary, but outside of the fence that surrounds the village. And everyone is taken inside through a dark doorway, unconscious. So yeah.
I mean, I'm awake.
Yeah,
I'm just faking.
It literally is us just going.
Yeah. So on the way in, Beet Root kind of looks at you, and
I'm gonna give a little wink.
and the door closes with you still outside, kind of like a nice piece of landscaping. What your face would look like.
Yeah, where's a plant?
Are you tired of the frustrations of the box? Or waiting for buffering? Then hop on your bike, jump in your car, and head on down to the Real Hollywood Video, where there's an ever-growing selection of movies in a variety of formats. with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help find the right movie or TV series for you. Where do you go when you want a movie at the fraction of retail costs? The Real Hollywood Video! The Real Hollywood Video, with rock-bottom prices that slash next day returns. With Yamhill County's favorite popcorn and the Pacific Northwest's largest gumball machine, now offering your personal scratch disc repair. The Real Hollywood Video! The local independent video store with something for everyone. Find us on Facebook.
What happened here?